Welcome to Aaron Plays. This will be episode 19 of Austerlitz by Hexasim Games. Myself as the French, Mark as the Coalition.
Hi, everyone.
Greetings. Okay, so the last activation was Bernadotte. We are up to Mark. Who are you activating or trying to activate?
Right. I'm going to try and activate even Chimera on my far left flank over at Austerlitz. If you want to scroll over there, Aaron. His leadership rating is a 7. He's currently been activated once, so you can't see him. He's under the activation once counter. But his rating 7, making the roll now. I get a 7, just.
So he's up.
So he's up. And his core is quite small. But they're in the fight for the right. Say again?
But perfectly formed.
Perfectly formed. Let's see what he can do. So, artillery battery A, the horse artillery that managed to push back the French formation that had crossed the stream, they're going to open up first. And they're going to fire at the third line in the town. It's only a small battery. It's only got 3 strength points, so he's at a +1 because of that. He's adjacent, so it's -1, and you're in a village, so it's +1. So the net result of that is that they're firing at a +1.
Yep.
And they get an 8, which turns into a 9, so no joy. Artillery battery B in the orchard, south of the village, that's them. And mark them as fired. They will fire on the 15th Legier, who are also in the orchard. So 3 strength battery +1. Adjacent -1, orchard +1. So they're firing at +1 as well.
Yep.
They get a 7, turns into an 8. So this turn, the Allies' cannon are not so effective. We're on to movement. What do I do? What's your strength in the village? You're too strong. Big garrison in the village itself, but the victory point area that I need. I was hoping to whittle them down with artillery fire, but it's not working so far. All right. What we're going to do is let's try a charge. My hussars south of the lights in the orchard will go 1, 2.
Are they prepping a charge?
Yeah, I'll pop the counter on them. And actually, before I do that, do you have to declare if you're trying to form? Oh no, you don't. You can't form a square, can you? Because you're in the woods. You're in the orchard.
No.
So do I need to even? No, I will. I'm going to declare a melee from the infantry as well. Is there any other movement? Don't think there needs to be. Good. So over to the French for the defensive fire phase.
Okay. Defensive fire. My guy's actually encircled, isn't he?
Oh, it's the opportunity fire phase first.
Yes. Just checking if I am encircled. The target is simultaneously attacked from units from 2 opposing sides, which I am, or from 3. Not applicable if the defender is in a fortified farm, major building, town, or has a defense order. Okay, none of those apply. I thought maybe if I was in an orchard.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Worth a check.
Yeah. Okay, so yes, so you're talking about opportunity fire. So that's from here to here because these aren't being directly attacked.
Yeah.
So it's +1 for the orchard.
Yeah, and -1 for op fire. So it's a 0 DRM, isn't it?
0 DRM. So I need 5 or less. No effect. Okay. And then these guys firing defensive fire will fire on the cavalry in the open there. So +1 for the size, -1 because they're lights.
Yeah.
Great roll. So again, 5 or less. No, nothing. So you probably got 5 to 1 on these.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth working out, is it?
Well, which is your lead unit?
Oh, I neglected to mention that, didn't I? I think it has to be the cavalry.
Yeah, I think it does as well. So cavalry charging infantry in the orchard is +3.
Right.
So it might be worth working out. But you've got easily got 5 to 1 odds. I'm not going to argue about the odds. Okay. So that's -5. But you've got cavalry charging me in the orchards. That's +3. So -2. Quality 7 versus 6, -3.
And then you're surrounded, which is another -2, I think.
Oh, the encircled. Yes.
Encircled, sorry, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so it is -5. All right. But it was worth working out.
That was worth a check. So I'll make the roll. Ha!
Ooh.
Doesn't always work, see, does it?
Doesn't always work.
So QFT on all fronts. Now I have to do my QFTs first, I believe. Or is it defender first? Can you remember?
Defender always test QFT first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because -5 makes that a. No. -5 from 12 is a QFT on you, not me. Starting at 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it goes to 7. Sorry, basic maths failed. Okay, so my QFT, they route.
Right.
Okay. Okay, so they can go in there because there's no zone of control.
No, there's no zone of control. Oh, hang on. Moving from town to town, there's no zone of control. I don't think they can move to there.
There's no zone of control from your unit into that town.
No, that's right. Yes. Yes. That's your first move of the route. Yeah.
So,
But then where do you?
So.
Oh, yeah, because they can cross the stream, can't they? It's only the cavalry and artillery that can't.
Routed.
Yeah, so they survived. They just had to route. Now, here's the interesting rules. QFT for my cavalry, it's a 7.
Yeah.
They pass.
And your infantry.
So let me take that marker off. My infantry is a 7 as well. And they pass.
Yeah.
Oh, sweaty palms, Aaron.
Well,
that could have been worse for both of us, to be fair. I was expecting
it was an actual 12, so I actually get to roll.
Oh,
on the random.
Special event. No, it's not a special event, is it?
No, because I rolled an 11. So you rolled a 12, I rolled an 11. So 2 11s. I want those for the end of turn die rolls. So,
Right. So in
your cavalry got to advance in.
okay. Chimera is activated. And that's the end of his turn. So a little bit of success. I'll take the move markers off. I'll take the fire markers off. And end of turn roll. No. Back to the French, sir.
No point loitering now. Dabu's done. Okay. Right, we'll try for Marat again. Stop with your hat. Okay. He reluctantly stops playing with his hat. All right. So his orders are showing them the okay.
Is Marat the RC6 counters?
Yes.
You probably can't see them, can you? Because you've seen
No,
right.
no,
Well.
yeah, but yeah, they've got they're the cavalry. So yes. Right. So there's no artillery fire. Where are my Marat counters? There's one there. One there. Where's the other one? Or is the other one already gone?
Maybe it's been spotted.
Yeah, I think he came up and scouted out your guard.
That's right.
Right. And 1, 2, 3, 4 range visibility. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Where are they going? Get back here.
3, 4, 5. 1. Oops. Sorry, double click there. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Damn it! I need to know what's what. You got a light cavalry squadron you can spare?
No, sorry.
Extra strength binoculars. Binoculars. Telescope. Telescope. What's the word I'm looking for?
Telescope would work.
Oh, telescope.
No, we're using the mist to our advantage.
An eyepiece. Bollocks. Pardon my French. Do excuse my language. This isn't child friendly, is it?
No, I deliberately, because of your foul tongue, that coalition that can't restrain himself. Right, so that's the end of that. End of turn die roll. 10. I think we're on 11.
Yeah, it's 11.
11. Okay.
It's a long turn, isn't it?
Well, the 8 o'clock was a long turn, so yeah. Back to you.
No, my left flank is done. I'm going to try and activate Alexander, who is in Pratsa. and his leadership factor is 7.
Okay. Yeah.
And he's up. I've been lucky with my activations. He's going to try and rally that routed stack belonging to.
Having 2 actual commanders, isn't it?
Pardon?
It's useful having 2 commanders on the field.
Yeah, well, they need it, these guys, on all my low morale. So it's a
1 die roll for all of them.
1 die roll for all of them, and Alexander is the one that can use his leadership factor to rally, but not in combat, I believe, to dissuade you from using him in combat. So I'll make the roll. It's a 9.
No pois.
Nobody. Damn. Let me activate him again, and I'm going to have to move him a little bit out. Where's the best place for Alexander to sit? Because I really don't want him in the front row. I needed to move him forward.
He can go and reinforce the garrison of Koblenetz.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Have you got any other good ideas for me? Keep them coming. Ideally, I want him to stay within range of that. I know that routed column's going to move, aren't they? They're going to move up the hill into here, so I can have him back a little bit. So I'm going to move Alexander back. I think that should be safe enough. Right. Take the move marker off. End of turn roll.
Hey!
And turn starting. Turns. I'll do the step. It's gone to turn finishing. Over to the French.
What's it now on?
It's on turn finishing now.
Yeah. I know that part. What's the number we're looking for? So
Same again.
10,
Same
10,
again.
so it's 11 again. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, Lance. He's on a 9. Cool. Lance is up.
Boom.
Yeah, you moved away a bit.
Sound of the German guns. How does that go?
Sound of the what?
Sound of the German guns. It was Baldrick's poem from Blackadder Goes
Boom,
Forth.
boom, boom.
That's it, yeah.
And half our American audience are going, Blackadder, what they talking about? Watch it. Blackadder Goes Forth. Absolutely brilliant. So, but anyway, boom, boom, boom. All right, so under Lance himself.
Yes, a big battery, isn't there?
Fire. That will be 6. But nothing really to add to it. So he'll fire directly at Mr. Constantine.
Oh, you swine.
Okay, so that's a straight roll for me. That's a QFT.
It is a QFT, and my morale is 8. And I get a 5, so I pass that.
I love it.
Passes between the horse's legs and through them.
Okay, this battery here will fire. Yeah, it will fire here. They won't. You'll fire ahead.
6. Oh, okay.
All right. So he's got 4 steps, but because of the range, there's a +1.
Okay.
Ooh, finally.
Miss. That's a miss.
Is it?
No.
That's a QFT2 plus a step.
My morale is 7. That's route. QFT2 makes that an 11. Yeah, he's routed. Plus a step. So I'll actually lose a step of the artillery.
For the
I'll
route.
lose a step of the infantry because of the route. And I have to mark them all as routed. And then I have to end up closer to the lines of communication.
And Lanz shouts across the battlefield, 1 each.
1, 2, 3.
Line on the left, 1 cross each.
That's hey, yes. Well done. So I've softened up the attack and you've softened up the defense.
Yeah.
Next artillery battery.
Actual fact, the way you've retreated there, is that strictly legal?
Yeah, you've got to end up closer to your line of comms, but not every hex has to be towards your line of comms. In the
So
initial
you've got a line of comms.
to the right.
Is it got to be to the closest line of comms? Because it looks like you're retreating back to Austerlitz. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, it's
I
equidistant.
still ended up closer to it.
Yeah. All right, so my last battery.
It's a little mini horse battery. I think this is like 1 gun pulled by a couple of donkeys.
It's a bit rude. Okay. He's going to fire on Mr. Bagration himself.
Yeah, I'm going to pay for that comment now, aren't I?
All right. So he's +1 for the range and +1 for battery size. There you go.
Shouldn't have said anything. QFT1 plus a step.
Yeah.
So the QFT1, 5, well, I've passed that, but I've lost a step. There you go.
Right.
Well done.
Now then, I think that's
There's a gap in the line.
Move. Then 1 step forward. Then 1 step forward. Now. I can't really capitalize on the gap in the line at the present moment. Other than to keep, creating those gaps in the line.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a battle of attrition really at times. Napoleonic warfare, isn't it? That's the patter charge.
He doesn't get out much, guys.
I'm picturing Derlon's columns in the Battle of Waterloo movie as you're moving forward. I don't just see little unit counters.
Oh no, I agree. I'm firmly in the, as I'm moving these pieces, in my mind's eye, there are thousands and thousands of men moving. Gradually closer. Do you stand or do you stay or do you go? Okay, so last bit on that is the cavalry, and they are going right. I need to show my orders on the. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about orders.
Hollybutts. You know, they've all moved towards Hollybutts. Did they? 1, 2. No, Hollybutts is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7.
If you've advanced, you've gone towards Hollywood.
Yeah. And the cavalry starting in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And they go, oops. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't remember in this one. Is stacking active at all times? Or just at the end?
At the end.
4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that's the end of their movement. They're firing. No assaults. End of turn, die roll. Nope. Back to you, sir. Oh, I've got to change his activate. That's his second activation.
The line is done, eh? Okay. It's getting a bit more urgent now. So I think it's going to have to be Langeron, who is an 8. No. No. Couriers cannot get through from Kutuzov to Langeron. 43rd line have intercepted that particular message. Who was my last activation? I've just had a blank.
Your last activation, because I'm keeping note, was Alex.
Thanks. Kutuzov has already activated his 2 units this turn, so he can't do that. Again, you only have to do that once. We could try and rally those troops. That's one option I've got. Because if we go to end of turn, I could get walloped there. Use a big stack of VPs. So I think that's the sensible decision. I tried for Kutuzov to rally the routed units. So Kutuzov is a 10. He's just northeast of.
No, I see him.
You can see him. I got a 9.
He's active.
Yeah, that's the fella. So he gets a +2 on the morale. So here's the roll. It's an 8, but he comes a 6. So does anyone rally it? So
2 infantry units. But the artillery and the Bulborg B refuse.
Fangori A and Fangori B. So I'll turn them back over. Can you remind me, if 2 units rally and 2 units remain routed, do they all just sit in the same hex still, or do some of them move?
Let's pause the video.
Yes. No, it looks like no one actually moves as a result of that rally. So there's 2 formed units and 2 routed units in the same hex. Obviously, at the route phase at the end of this turn, the routed units will move out. So that's Kutuzov. Now, does Kutuzov need to move? he is going to move to there.
He's a brave lad, isn't he?
He is being brave, yeah. Or foolish, depending on what actually happens as a result of that. He's propping up the line because that's where the gap is. You've created a wide gap there. I'm trying like hell
He's having a
to rally.
Blucher moment, isn't he?
Almost. I think I deserve an extra 10 victory points for that move, to be
Do you?
fair.
Oh, okay.
So that is the end of his activation. So let me make the end of turn roll. It's an 8. Back to Le Français.
Right, so you just done Kutuzov. Okay. So we will try.
Who have you got
Try
left?
for Murat again. He's on a 9. Yeah, he's keen. Right. So
Who did you move last?
who did I move last? Was Lance.
Thanks.
Glad one of us is keeping track, eh?
More importantly, what's wrong with my memory?
Yeah. What is wrong?
Did you have to think about that? You had to think about that for a second, though, didn't you? It didn't come like that, did it?
Well, no, that's because I'm keeping a record, you see.
Ah, I'm going to start doing that. It's necessary.
I know my memory's not the greatest anymore. Not as good. You know, I walk down a flight of stairs and wonder why I've gone down them.
I know, yeah, you've prepared for all eventualities.
So, right. Okay. So I'm trying to maintain at least 4 away. So, 1 down slope is nothing for cavalry. No, it's nothing. 1. Entering a village is also 1. So that's 2. Now I'm out of your line of sight. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1.
Those dummy counters don't scare me.
4, 5, 6. Oh, well. Okay, so end of turn roll. Please. 11 or 12. 4. Now that's an artillery roll.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to upgrade both of those to finished.
Activation 2. So my right wing is done. I've got my guard I can play around with. There's no reinforcement Russian car that comes on to the right of the guard, is there, in this scenario that I've forgotten about? You're right, that didn't deserve a response.
You got a neck shake.
I've got a what?
You got one of those?
Oh, I can't see you. I'm looking at my map.
Well, you need 2 screens then, don't you?
Yeah, I do need 2 screens, to be fair.
Cheapskate.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have to try Langeron.
All right, he's on an 8.
He's an 8. The courier didn't get through last time, if you remember.
Yeah, still didn't.
No, he still doesn't get through. It's a 9. The 43rd line are shooting my couriers down off the horses as they come careening
How's
past.
your palms?
They're not the driest. Who else have we got?
You got the guards. You got.
I've got the guard. I've got Buxhowden.
You got loads of people. It's me.
Fourth column, fifth column. What the hell to do with the guard now? Marat's coming around the bloody flank. The guard's orders are to move forward. What makes that interesting? I'm gonna have to shift the orders to prepare for that. Luckily, the guard have got some good cavalry. So the guard are yeah. I will go for the guard. I'll go for Constantine. He's on an 8 and I get a 7. So that's something. Now looking at my order menu for the coalition, the guard's order is Blasewitz in the center. So they can make a southward movement, fine. They can make a westward movement, fine. But eastward is awkward.
I just
That's it.
the
That's the one. I saw that. I saw that, what you did there. A lot of this is going to involve 1 hex moves. So therefore I can use the guns. So let's see what we can do. I've got a bit of IM with them. The huge battery. Oh, I can use IMs, mine, can't I? I can use IMs. What am I thinking? And because the guard are the guard, they're likely to pass the IMs, which means that even slow artillery units could move 2 hexes. But I'm gonna fire with the big battery at the 15 strength battery there. They're going to have a go at the 30th line to the front.
Mm-hmm. Straight roll.
Straight roll. A 6. I think that's a QFT. Yeah, it is. Which you pass. With flying colours. I'm thinking about who I'm going to try and IM here. It'll be my northernmost cavalry unit. They will definitely be an IM. Southernmost cavalry unit will be an IM. The battery that are stacked with the right wing cavalry, they probably won't be an IM. How much is it for artillery to go up
a slope?
Slope.
It's only +1. Unless it's
just +1.
Well, steep slope's impossible for artillery. So.
I still need to create a bit of a defensive line against line. I can't be shifting everybody around. Oh, it's doing my head in. This is taking me too long. I do apologise.
You want to pause and you can have a little.
Yes, please. Yeah, I don't want the viewers to. All right, I think we know what we're doing. So this formation here, Artillery Ridge D, I'm going to go 1, 2 to there.
Yep, that's going towards Blastovitz.
Yeah. And then I've got IMs.
Okay, independent movements. So you've got morale checks to move. And then you can move half the movement rounded up.
So firstly, I'm going to check for Artillery Regiment B, who is stacked with the right-wing cavalry. He's on 8. So he can move 2 hexes if he needs to. Two movement points rather, not 2 hexes. So he's going to be there. I'm trying to picture where everyone's going to be after I've moved. He'll move to there.
Okay.
It didn't actually need the IM. And then I've got Constantine, which is an 8. Yes, he can move his cavalry. 1, 2 to there. Constantine himself will move at the end.
Okay.
Then I've got the Artillery Regiment C stack. Which is, what do you roll the IM for? I guess it's the infantry rather than the artillery, is it?
I thought you're rolling per unit, aren't you? Or is it per stack? Control.
Yeah. Now, before I continue with those IM rolls, there was one regular movement I needed to do, which I neglected, which was to move that, just move that unit down, which I was going to do anyway, but I'd gotten kerfuffled.
You got kerfuffled. Okay.
Yeah, so I thought I'd better do that before I move anyone else. Art Reg C, which is the 10, 9, 8, and 8. I have to roll the lowest QF, so let's do that now. I get a 10, so they can only move 1 hex.
And it's for the entire stack, yeah.
And it's for the entire stack. So they will move to take the crossroads, Now I will do the cavalry, the southernmost cavalry unit, which is a 9 and a 10. And they get a 6, so they can move. Whoop. Oh, I've just clicked away from the area by accident there. So they can move half of their movement allowance, which is 3. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3 to there. Let me just shut my door.
The artillery should have been on top.
Say again?
The artillery in that stack should have been on top.
Ah, thank you. And then you've got the northernmost cavalry unit there. There's 3 units, an 8, a 10, and a 9. So they get a 9. So that means they can only move one hex, not
Correct.
not any quicker. So they will move down one. And then Constantine will move onto the crossroads. And that is everybody. Excuse me, everybody moved.
Okay.
So move done, fire done. Constantine is activated. I've got a frog in my throat. End of turn. 7.
No.
Back to you, sir.
Okay. Duroc. 9. Yep. All right, so his orders, just double check. Over that place, Krug. Yeah. There's Krug. He's currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away from Krug. So I've got to say this up. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away, yes. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, moving away.
Well, it sounds like you're going to be getting closer.
I am moving closer, yes. So 1.
That'll do. 1. That's fine by me.
Actually, I'm having a little bit of a rethink here. He was there. Let's start. Let's start putting a bit of pressure on. I like a bit of pressure. So yeah, let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Balls, you move. Big mistake.
Is it? Oh, I'll take it back then. 1, 2, 3, 4. What have I actually got in there? Oh, artillery. How much infantry you got there? 15. Yeah. The artillery doesn't want to move adjacent. Oh, you got Bagration in that hex as well, haven't you? So that's going to boost their morale by 2. So they're actually at 8 morale. Okay. And one, 2.
While you're thinking, I'm just going to grab a glass of water.
Am I ready to go in yet? That'll be 18 versus 15. So that's 1 to 1. And I'm going to have +1 for the leadership. And he's still going to get a shot with the gun.
Feel free to change your mind if you want to. I know it's difficult.
I've got it as the Bagration sitting on top of them. If Bagration wasn't there, that would be a definite in. But the man himself is curtailing my enthusiasm.
Yeah.
So in actual fact, we'll take that as a step back. I will maintain the artillery on there. There's that there. Yeah, we don't need to get involved at the present moment, but at least you know I'm there, and we're gonna come.
See you. We're waving.
We're gonna be coming in hot soon. Yeah, right. So that's him done. Activated. Please give me out end the turn. Okay, I'll roll the 11 now. End the turn. Come on, come on, come on.
Yes. A
Well,
nice juicy 4. And I think we should call it there.
What time wise? Yeah.
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 What a great battle.
It's getting that way, isn't there? There's action all over the front.
There is. It's proper Napoleonics. Lots of attrition. Lots of routing. Lots of panicking. Lots of outflanking. Just how we like it.
Just how we like it.
To summarize in this video, then, I think the biggest threat to the Allies has been Murat's ride around, which has got me panicky a little bit, I must admit.
But is it Murat's ride around? Are they dummies?
Well, I know you too well. Yes, it is. That's what I think. I think it is.
That precedes me.
Yeah, I mean, it might not be, but I think it is. But you know, you want to also attack there. So what better way to attack than to make me divert some of my best troops away from the front line? So either way, it's a good tactic. I must admit, although I'm quite pleased with how the right wing are currently set up to deal with the attack, except for that gap you created, of course. Elsewhere, Langeron desperately needs to be able to have an opportunity to move before
Saul comes at him again.
Saul hits him again because he'll get steamrolled.
What I'm looking for is that, you know, the game turn ends soon, before Langeron can either fall back or whatever.
Yeah, you'll punch through. You can go for the heights,
and then I can go for the heights. Yeah.
Yeah. The counter punch force I've got there is 5th column cavalry, but they're not in a position to block you at the moment. So I've got a few options, but it's great. It's fantastic. Really enjoyed it, Aaron. Thanks very much, mate.
That's good. I'm enjoying it too. So yeah. All right, we're going to call an end to this. So again, you guys, if you've liked what you watched, please hit the like and subscribe button. Comments, as always, much appreciated. You know, anything blatantly obvious that we're doing wrong, like you can't move them guys there, that kind of thing. Again, yeah. It'd be too far for us to redo the move, but it'll be useful for us for next time.
Yeah.
You know, because these games are all a learning process. We make mistakes, remember rules from other game systems, etc. So comments appreciated. So until next time, bye.
Bye.